Nope. That's wrong. Hi, hey there. Hi, welcome to Super Gamecast 2. I am your host, Bronson Fiore. No Aaron Reynolds today. He is in the hills of Montana with family, it seems. But I am joined by the always lovely Mod Mommy, Emily Hulslander.
Cool, let's go. Got shit to talk about today.
Okay, and then our very own HR Ninja, Jesse Pewitt.
Good, good morning. I'm being a DJ and a weeb today with my shirt.
Um,
I
yeah,
like it. I very much like it.
I'm being a sleepy boy today. So
Should
yeah,
have worn my other one. It's got Cloud Bear and Tifa on the front, and there's a
I want
snow
that
angel of
shirt.
Sephiroth, and it says, "Did Sephiroth do this?"
I want
so
that shirt. I want that shirt.
fair enough. All right, so it has been another lovely week of video game news has happened.
Oh boy, has it.
Yes.
And we are here to talk about it. Well, you two are here to talk about it. I'm gonna try and ramble my way through it. Um, don't get snowed in without your CPAP machine. It is not a good time.
For the
Mm-hmm.
love of all that is holy, be safe
Uh,
out there.
yeah, I love waking up every like hour to 2 hours. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Uh, but yeah, because Jesse, you're on a CPAP, right?
I am. Yeah,
Yeah, that shit is life changing.
it is. I finally wake up and I'm like, "Oh, this is what normal people feel like
Yeah,
when they
yes,
wake up."
yes, it is. It's fucking wild, dude.
It, it's great.
Like, let me tell you, if you're a big man or just a big and I don't mean just fat like us. I mean just like big dude. Like you got a big neck, you're stout, something along those lines. Get a sleep study, cause you may be having some problems that could be fixed. You know.
I wonder if the dude from Slipknot has a CPAP because his traps are just
So like this
yeah,
big.
because he headbangs all the
Yeah.
time, so he's got
Oh
like a
yeah.
huge fucking neck,
So,
and his traps are huge.
this is something I have noticed that everyone I know who is on a CPAP is either super fucking tall and big, or they just have a gigantic neck. Like
Yeah,
like, like my
yeah.
like my friend Charlie, he uses CPAP. He's average weight. He's maybe a hair taller than me. He's very healthy, but he just has a really big fucking neck. So like he has to be on a CPAP. So it's interesting to say the least. Anyway, moving forward, we got video game news to talk about. Though if y'all out there want to know about fixing your sleep, let us know. So, first news story: the FTC is suing Microsoft to block its Activision Blizzard purchase. It has filed a legal challenge to try and block Microsoft's plan to buy Activision Blizzard for 68.7 billion, according to a press release from the regulator. The lawsuit was filed today after weeks of back and forth between Microsoft, Sony, and regulators over competition concerns and the future of Call of Duty. The FTC argues that acquisition would enable Microsoft to suppress its competitors to its Xbox gaming console and rapidly grow subscription content and cloud-based gaming content. You can read the FTC's redacted complaint here. Um, this means nothing in my opinion.
Surprising nobody. Microsoft will likely make some concessions, and then it'll happen. So
Yeah,
whatever.
look, this is the company that got hit with a non-compete lawsuit in the late 90s,
Yep.
and what the FTC wanted to do was break Microsoft into two separate corporations, one for the operating systems and the hardware, one for the like office suite, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
And they avoided that by basically spending a shit ton of money on Apple and propping up the stock of it. So, yeah. So, they'll find a way.
Yep.
If by some
Microsoft finds a way.
they do. They definitely do. So, and if they don't, like, let's say that the UK and the US are like, fuck this, we're not letting this happen, go fuck yourself. Well, cool, that's $68.7 billion that they can now spend on acquiring smaller studios.
Yeah,
Which, considering that
like
this,
Capcom.
yeah, like Capcom, who has been shopped around like a $2 whore, or fucking, they could go out and they could get Square Enix. They could go out and get multiple different fucking companies that exist already. So we had this conversation, like 2-3 weeks ago, about like what is that fine line of it's okay to buy, because like Bungie is not a small studio. Like that, I hate to break that, that is not a small indie company. And Destiny makes a whole fuck ton of money. Not Call of Duty money, but still a whole fuck ton of money. So, like, what is the line? Is my question, and that'll
Hmm.
that'll and that'll continue to be my question. Like, what is that line? What is the line of acceptability? So
I doubt we're gonna find it here. Unfortunately, like it'd be nice if what came out of this was like, here's the threshold, but they'll keep it general.
well, yeah, we'll eventually find the threshold when another purchase comes through for a studio that's smaller, and if it's a yes or a no. Because right now, I think Bungie, no, not Blizzard, Bethesda. How much did they buy Bethesda for? They bought Bethesda for like 7.5 billion, and I think,
Jesus.
and I think, and that seems like a steal. Is this me, or does that
Yeah,
seem
I
like a
agree.
really good
I
fucking
agree.
deal?
That seems like a good deal.
Like that seems like that's the like I would think that's Skyrim and Doom alone would be worth that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fucking crazy. And then I'm gonna look at Bungie right now. So yeah, they bought Bungie for 3.6 billion. So like, what is the cutoff 8 billion? How much is Capcom worth? Um, that cannot be right.
What's
There's
it say?
Oh, that's in yen. Oh, thank fucking god. I was about to say, like, what the fuck? $1.17 trillion. What's Capcom been hiding? Are they fucking like secretly a military contractor?
Jeez.
Jesus. Lordy. Capcom is worth about $7 billion. So,
So yeah,
Yeah,
that would be right about that cutoff.
yeah,
as of 2019, their net income is 12.6 billion yen per year.
yeah. But then, like, yeah, that's we'll see.
Yep.
Um, I'm very curious to see how this goes. Microsoft's been real acquisition happy, man. And with good reason, because they gotta get caught up somehow. And like, what are they gonna do? Like, spend the time and money to develop a bunch of studios? Considering the one studio they tried to do that with fucked up miserably, I don't think so.
Oh, why would you do that when you can just buy another studio that's already successful?
Well, yeah, exactly. And like,
Yeah,
to be fair, when was the last time Sony developed a studio though?
right.
Like,
Hmm.
um, let me look up SCE's studios. Like, hold on. Let's see. Or no, they're PlayStation studios now. God damn
Yeah.
it! I fucking hate all these name changes. What was wrong with
They
Sony?
are.
What was wrong with Sony Computer Entertainment? Fucking nothing.
Branding.
Ugh.
Branding.
Yeah, branding.
It's like, okay, so they've had Sucker Punch since the PS2. They've had fucking Sony Santa Monica since the PS2. Same with San Diego. Polyphony Digital since the PS1. Naughty Dog since the PS1. Well, technically the PS2. They've owned them since PS2. Media Molecule since PS3. London since PS3. Insomniac they bought like right after Spider-Man blew up, but like they've been working with Sony forever.
Mm-hmm.
Gorilla, they've owned since the PS2. Housemarque has been on them since PS3, but they bought them after Returnal. I fucking have no idea what Fire Sprite is. They kind of helped develop Blue Point, but they really just bought them after they were successful. They've had Sony Bend for 20 years or so, 25 years. Team Asobi, I don't know how long they've been around. I know they're the Astro people. I don't know what else they've made. Um, wow, yeah,
I
they've
think it's it.
yeah.
I think it's just the Astro
So
games.
yeah, that those are a recent development. Nixies has been around for 20 years and recently bought. I have I forget what Valkyrie Entertainment did. Oh, they did a mobile game called Guns Up, and they helped with God of War Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I guess, someone they're developing maybe. And then Fire Sprite is doing Horizon VR. Oh
Oh,
fuck.
they're the ones doing the Horizon VR? Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure who was doing that.
they're doing Horizon Call of the Mountain, Star Citizen Theaters of War. They're just doing all. This is just a giant fucking VR studio, is what it is.
Yep.
That's fair.
So this is nobody gives a shit. So yeah, like outside of like Blue Point and Asobi, Sony hasn't developed much either. So I'm not like overly enthused about their shit either when it comes to that.
Hmm.
And but yeah, I don't know. And to be fair, the amount of time and money it takes to start and develop a studio and pray to God you get a hit is something that these companies probably are not happy to want to wait around for.
Right. Right. Well, it's the same. It's the same like issue with movies, right? You're rarely seeing new IPs because they know all these other IPs are hits and will sell. So people that are complaining that they want new stuff aren't going to get new stuff.
Yep, absolutely. Um, Next up is speaking of more good Microsoft news. They are raising prices on new first-party games built for the Series X and S. So
So
game,
weird.
dude, inflation, dude, inflation. Look, they fought off inflation longer than anyone but Nintendo. Good on them. You know.
Yeah, I just think it's funny. Like tech companies in general do this, right? Your competitor does something that people don't agree with, so you talk shit, and then a couple months later, you implement the same exact thing.
Well, yeah. How long has that been happening? Like with cell phones, like fucking
Yeah.
Samsung, like we're never taking away the headphone jack. 1 year later, sorry guys.
But by the
Tur-
way, the headphone
Dicks.
jack's gone.
Turns
Yeah.
out we need to get rid of the headphone jack so you can have a bigger battery. Deal with it. Get Bluetooth headphones or an adapter. We don't care. Yeah, shit happens all the time. But yeah, they're gonna be seven. So this is only for games that are on that are Microsoft published that are only on the new consoles. So your Forza, your Redfall, your Starfield, those will all be $70. Regional pricing may differ. The price reflects content scale and technical complexity of these titles, says a Microsoft spokesperson. As with all games developed by our team's Xbox, they will also be available on day one with Game Pass. Um, yeah, so yeah, that no surprise. It's an unfortunate truth. Like we are going back to the '90s where hey, I hope you like that Mario 64 cartridge because it was $80.
Yep. Yep.
Um, it's just so frustrating to me because it's not like when games went from $50 to $60. It's like, oh, the tech got a lot more advanced, so we have to keep up. It's like, yeah, the tech got more advanced, but you guys also have like more revenue streams than ever before. Like, like for real. Like, think about Forza. Think about how much fucking DLC Forza's gonna have. Like, think about that shit. There
A
is,
ton.
yeah, like, and
A ton.
yeah, it's gonna be a games as a service, and it's gonna make all the fucking money in the world, and well, here we are.
Yep.
So I don't. It's gonna happen for all studios eventually, except maybe Nintendo. That's just where we're at. Um, yeah. So it just means I'll buy less video games, and
Well, you've got Game Pass, so I mean, it doesn't really. If you have Game Pass, this doesn't impact you too much unless you want to own your game.
right. And I feel that a lot of the people who are really into the Xbox ecosystem are Game Pass subscribers anyway. So this
Yeah.
doesn't affect them much. This affects collectors, and this affects like people where Xbox is not their primary jam and they don't have Game Pass. So yeah. Anyway, still gonna play the shit out of Forza though. Game looks awesome.
Right. Right.
All right. Next up, more news. Microsoft, I'm sure, is happy about. For sure, no doubt. Hundreds of Microsoft Game Studios workers will vote on forming a union. Nearly 300 QA workers at video game studios owned by Microsoft have taken steps towards forming a union. According to a representative from the Communication Workers of America, which represents them, why it matters. If it succeeds, it'll be the biggest effort to unionize yet seen in the video game industry. The testers who work on development teams in ZeniMax Studios groups of Bethesda, id Software, and others can signal their preference whether to form a union through signed union cards or electronic portal. Microsoft will voluntarily recognize the union if the majority of workers say they want it. The recognition would avoid the contentious National Labor Board relations review process that slowed unionization efforts among testers at Activision Blizzard. 2 Activision Blizzard QA teams formed unions this year via the NLRB administered process, including one studio last week. Microsoft pledged earlier this year to remain neutral on unions. And yeah, that's basically it.
Good.
Good. This is all good news.
Yeah.
I hope it makes it to, say, Microsoft's vendors and contract workers, possibly the ones that work on government contracts.
Good luck. But I hope so as well.
That would be nice. Because you want to have the most soul-sucking shit in the world? Working on a $200 million army contract, like doing all, like making sure the service is put in, making sure the contract is entered into the system, and then getting paid like absurdly low wage for what the job is.
Yep.
Feels super good. But yeah, that's Microsoft had a really good week this week, and they didn't show jack shit at the Game Awards as well. So you know.
Yeah, which was interesting, but
That was a choice.
yeah,
I can't believe they just didn't even like show some Starfield gameplay or something.
nothing. Yeah, they showed nothing.
Like Forza's supposed to be out in 3 months. Why does the fucking like a lap around a track? There you go.
Yeah, I don't even care. Just show me a car.
Yeah, just be like, look how sick these cars look.
Yeah, you're done.
That's all you had to do. You know, maybe do a promotion with someone like this. Fucking like we're bringing the Halo Warthog to Forza again. You know, and if you play Forza, you get a special skin for it in Halo Infinite. There
That's
you
right.
go.
That's right. Here's a Warthog and Forza. Lose your shit. Okay, we're done. Out.
Yep. Awesome. Done. Instead, just fucking silent. And Phil Spencer was in the crowd. Like I thought he was gonna have an announcement. I really did.
Mm-hmm.
That was weird. So, speaking of fun labor news in the video game industry, so the 4.8 million paid to ZA/UM and one lawsuit dropped as the battle over Disco Elysium continues. ZA/UM partner and Disco Elysium executive producer Kaur Kender has withdrawn a lawsuit against the company's majority shareholder and CEO, according to GameIndustry.biz. This move comes amid ongoing struggle between founding members of the studio and its current leadership core, with the development/art collective claiming ZA/UM's current CEO usurped his position through financial malfeasance. Both sides of the Both sides of that withdrawn lawsuit, Tender and Copus, are claiming victory, while one of those ousted founding developers told PC Gamer the fight is far from over. To recap, Helen Hendepierre, Alexander Rostov, Robert Korvitz, these fucking names, bro, were credited as writer, artist, and lead designer, respectively, on Disco Elysium, and were founding members of the Artist Collective turned game developer. The setting grew out of the Friends group tabletop campaigns, and the first commercial work published was the 2013 novel Sacred and Terrible Air. All three had left the company by the end of 2021. These three, as well as Martin Lugia, or Luia, who is credited as an editor on Disco Elysium, and seems to have parted ways earlier in development, alleged they were forced out of the studio by the investor Copus, who is credited under corporate, finance, legal, and accounting on the game. The four claim that Copus, who is currently the CEO, used the company's own money to buy himself a majority share in it, allowing him to determine the studio's future. Meanwhile, Copus, has alleged verbal abuse, gender discrimination, and attempts to illegally sell ZA/UM intellectual property. The pair were fired on these grounds and denies any financial wrongdoing.
Sure.
What?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah. Reports that Compass paid back 4.8 million to ZA in November. They reason they provided for the transaction was received on the basis of void transaction. The allegation against Copus is that he sold the company its own property and then used these illegitimate proceeds to purchase his majority stake, by now transferring 4.8 million to the company to repay it for a void transaction. The intended message seems to be that he didn't use company money to buy his shares, but then why did he have the 4.8 million in the first place? So a whole bunch of drama going back and forth on this. Yeah, man. This is shitty. This is
Yep.
really shitty to come out of a really good game.
Yeah.
And the story leading up to this game was so cool. Like, oh, it's a collective. Oh, it's they're fucking doing this like the right way. A bunch of artists.
Mm-hmm.
And now, why is it always shitty finance, bro? Why is it always shitty finance, bro, man? Like, every time. Like, guaranteed.
That's usually how it works out,
You know,
unfortunately.
for real, though. Like,
Yeah.
it's always shitty finance, bro. Who, like, can't be, like, this was something that Jim Sterling used to say. They're never happy with making money. They need all of the money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why, dude? It's like, for real. Like, I want you to think. Let's say his claim is legitimate. You have 4.8 million fucking dollars. What the fuck are you doing? Retire forever. Go fuck off forever. You literally can afford to. Oh. Like tomorrow, if someone came to me and was like, Bronson, here's $4.8 million, the first thing I'm doing is quitting my job and not worrying about making money.
Yep.
Like, it's fucking just, yeah, it's absurd. Real shame that this is surrounding a really good gas game that appeared to be made correctly, but apparently might not be.
Well, never get a sequel.
A lot of games I like don't get sequels. That's okay. All right, next up is Emily posted this one. The Uncharted series is being rebooted.
Why?
Yeah. I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, wait, why?
Why?
Why are you doing this? It's already good. Don't fuck it up. Don't touch it. Okay?
It's done. Like, okay, you had 6 great games. You had 6 really good games. You had the 4 main ones, Legacy of the fucking Legacy of what's the Chloe
Lost
phrase?
Legacy.
Lost
with,
Legacy.
Chloe and Nadine.
Yeah,
and
and
then
then the Vita
think,
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Golden Abyss. Like all those
Yeah.
were good. Like they were good games. 3 of them are great games. Like you could just let it go, motherfuckers. So supposedly is being rebooted, and the development of the new entry series will be handled by a studio other than Naughty Dog. 2 independent.
Also, why?
Probably because they're busy not making Last of Us 2 multiplayer, even though they said they're planning to.
Yeah, it's probably true.
So yeah. Going forward though. So as posted on the leak.co, 2 independent sources revealed a series created by Naughty Dog is being rebooted, and development will be handled by an unknown studio. The series creator will still be somewhat involved in the creation of the new entry, as Naughty Dog will assist the new studio. As development of the game is still early in stages, we're not going to hear much for some time. Sony apparently decided to reboot it earlier this year before handing it to an unknown developer. As for the leak.co doesn't have a proper track record when it comes to gaming leaks, but there may be some truth considering behind the reboot, as reliable insider Tom Henderson confirmed on Insider Gaming that he heard some rumblings about the series in the past, but was not able to corroborate today.
Corroborate today's report.
Yes, words are hard. Jesus. As such, we need to take everything with a grain of salt until an official confirmation comes in. Dude, the thing is, I don't know where you take Uncharted.
Right back to where it started, I guess.
Well, because that story felt so done at the end of 3, and it felt super done by the end of 4. And I feel from a gameplay standpoint, you've kind of done everything you could do. I guess maybe you could expand upon the Lost Legacy, with making these a big open map that turns into traditional Uncharted in chunks of it.
Well, if it's a reboot, are we getting is it even going to be a new story, or is it going to be the same thing, like a remake, but in a new area?
Are they gonna reference the movie? Is that what's going on here?
I hope not.
I hope not.
That movie wasn't that bad, but I hope not.
Yeah, and it's just earlier this year they put out that PS5 one where it was just you got 4.
Oh, the Legacy of Thieves collection.
Yeah, you got 4 and the Lost Legacy on PS5, 4K 30.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here going okay, but why aren't you doing 1, 2, and 3 as well? 4 is one of the worst jumping in points. It's literally the end. Okay, I guess. I mean, I paid $10. I'm oh, this is really pretty. They did a good job with this. But fuck, dude, I don't know. Just what the fuck. So yeah, that's why. What? Well, I know why. Money.
Money. Yep. Uncharted prints money.
It does. It's a very big franchise. That, especially that 4th one sold gangbusters. You know, that series did really well. Okay. So, now we're ready for a bunch of Game Awards news. First one is, man, that flute player was the real game of the year.
Dude,
for sure.
The entire time we were watching that, I was just yo, this guy's having the time of his life.
This guy knew that this was his moment, his one shot, and he took it.
And he just balled out hard, and we love him.
With every instrument he had, not just the flute.
Yeah, no, he was just every single fucking instrument. It's the same with the hurdy-gurdy guy. The hurdy-gurdy guy was rocking out super hard.
World of Warcraft.
So yeah, that's the fucking good on him. Live your dream, live your best life, my guy.
And actually, that flute player, Pedro Eustache, he's a Venezuelan-born flautist and woodwind composer. Worked on Steven Spielberg's Munich.
Huh.
Playing Middle Eastern flutes, reeds, and Armenian duduk. He also worked on the music for Dune with Hans Zimmer back last year.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, so this guy's got some game, and we appreciate him for it.
Yeah, good on you, my guy. I hope that you get more moments in front of a stage like this. I hope they bring you back next year.
Right.
So this
they have to,
right? Like they keep bringing back the dude who was like, "Fuck the Oscars." Like, okay, they gotta bring back this guy now. Okay. So next up is, hey, that dude, Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton guy, who we thought was an Elden Ring developer. Was
I have no words.
Yeah, so 4 members of the Elden Ring development team on passing out high fives. A 5th unidentified person then came down a separate aisle to casually join them for the award acceptance. He simply hung in the back and clapped along during the Elden Ring director Hideki Miyazaki's acceptance speech, seemingly looking toward a monitor to make sure he could be seen on camera for his 6 seconds of fame. But he pushed forward to take the mic himself right afterward. While the final music was playing, he said the following to a confused crowd. Hey, my turn. Real quick, I want to thank everybody and say I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi, Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody. And then everyone was very fucking confused. And the broadcast camera also pulled super far out, presumably once producers realized what was going on. And yeah.
I actually found an article about this, an updated one. I can't remember where it was. But it's basically about that kid, and apparently there was something on one of my other Discords saying that he's the same guy who did like the Free Hong Kong
rant
on InfoWars.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh Jesus fuck, why? Why? Why?
I mean, why not if you're going to get away with it? The thing that I'm actually more appalled at is...
He didn't get away with it this time, though.
Well, yeah, he thought he could, though. My big thing that I'm more appalled at is, like, what if this was, like, a shooter? Or what if this...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, or what if this was, like, something dangerous and not just some punk kid? Like, that's my big, worry about this, I guess.
Well, I'm sure they have security when you go in.
Right.
Yeah.
They
just don't have any once you're in.
Yeah, but, if you can get past that one layer of security, oh, man, alright, cool, time to go murder all this talent in the video game industry. Kind of seems fucked up. Maybe that's just me. But
no, I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah. So Jeff Keighley tweeted shortly after the show, the individual who interrupted our Game of the Year moment has been arrested. Also, man, someone on that production team got fired. Someone on the production team and the security team got fucking fired, real fast.
And I read on that article, he originally sat with the God of War team.
Yeah.
Because of how well they were doing. But last second...
thinking they would get... That makes sense.
But last second, he got with Hidetaka Miyazaki and his team for Elden Ring.
Well, no, he
snuck in with them.
Well, he snuck in, they were in one row, he was in another, and he started walking up with them. He started moving the second they started moving, then just joined in with the mob. But it's I feel like this should have been something where the production team should know, okay, if these people win, it's gonna be these 4 dudes. If these people win, it's gonna be these 4 dudes. If these people are gonna win, it's gonna be these 4 dudes. If you see someone else, you fucking call security and cut their mic if they get on one.
I guarantee you they're gonna do that now.
Well, no
Well,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah. They should have thought about it like ahead of time, but
Yeah, so I don't, dude, like what? Could you imagine if some shit like this happened at like the Oscars or the fucking Grammys or some shit?
People would have a field day.
Right?
Like every single writer in like newspaper and gossip columnist, they would go ape shit on that. Every newscaster, they would go nuts.
Yeah.
The people that run those award shows, they would have an aneurysm at that point.
Well, yeah.
Like, why the fuck did we not see this?
Yeah, like this is so bad.
Like, come on.
Like it was funny for us as the people like watching it, but like,
It's like, whoa, what?
But
Whoa, what?
yeah, we were very much like, what the fuck is happening? Okay, I guess.
Exactly.
well, and you could hear like the people. You could hear the confusion in the crowd
Yeah, it's like
right
Yeah.
after he said it.
Yeah, so I don't know, better security next year. Let's not get Miyazaki shot in the face one year. Please. Yeah, no shit. Okay, so next up is all the announcements that came out of the Game Awards. We're gonna kind of do these rapid fire. So Final Fantasy 16 newest trailer came out. It looks fucking sick. I hope
Yeah, it
that
does.
That's great.
that combat, if it's as good as Devil May Cry, I will love this game, and it'll be the first
And
Final
pick it up day one.
I'll be renting it day one.
Yeah, fair.
There's just so much shit coming out like next year. It's like, especially like early now, so we'll see. But yeah, it looks awesome. What about you, Jesse? I'm sure this is day one for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit coming out that month, but that is a day one buy and play.
Yeah. Next up is Armored Core 6. That's happening. No gameplay though.
Day one.
Hades.
I
That's
don't
a
know when
day
day
one
one
for
is,
you.
but that's absolutely.
It'll be
I
released
have been
next
waiting
year.
for a new Armored Core for so long.
They're saying it's next year. Like there's
So keep your eyes out on that one.
yeah. Next up is Hades 2 was announced with a gameplay trailer. It's gonna be in the original world, and developer Supergiant is set to start early access next year, same way they did the last one.
It's the Supergiant's first direct sequel, right?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
A studio that has never done direct sequels.
They
This one right
did
here.
Bastion, Transistor, Pyre, Hades. So
And
Also
now
a day
Hades
one.
2.
yeah, this is a day one for it. Actually got me like replaying Hades on my Switch.
Nice.
So, Ken Levine, creator of BioShock, finally showed off his new game and studio, Judas, which it looks like BioShock.
It does. Yep.
Which I mean, if you want to make space BioShock, which is kind of what it looks like, I'm all for it.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
So, this is what it says. A disintegrating starship, a desperate escape plan. You are the mysterious and troubled Judas. Your only hope for survival is to make or break alliances with your worst enemies. Will you work together to fix what you broke, or will you leave it to burn? And then didn't say a date or anything. Death Stranding 2. We are getting an extended look at the sequel to 2019 original and get a glimpse of a fragile and older Sam Porter Bridges.
It's interesting to note that the script for Death Stranding 2 is rewritten after COVID-19.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Death Stranding was so accurate to what COVID felt like, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you anymore.
Yeah. Like, hold on. I need to. There's a quote that came out of it. There's a quote regarding Death Stranding, which it's funny. Death Stranding came out like 6 months or like 4 months before COVID happened.
Yeah.
Let's see. Um, let's see how Hideo Kojima predicted the future. And then it's an article: Death Stranding, lockdowns and loneliness. And then there's just like Sam works as a porter who delivers goods and services to Americans, connected to them via networking technology. It's unsafe for anyone to leave their home due to the dangerous weather phenomena called timefall, and fans are pointing the way it bears resemblance to lockdowns that most of the world was plunged into.
Yep.
And I'm just saying, you played MGS2, the man's a prophet, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Game looks great, I just hope it doesn't play like shit.
Yeah, it'll probably play like the first one, so if you enjoyed that,
No, I did not.
well, then you probably won't enjoy the second.
Idris Elba is joining Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, and they put out a new gameplay trailer.
Intelligence
This update is only going to be for the next gen and PC versions. Yeah.
So mad.
All right.
I need to finish that game. New Star Wars Jedi Survivor trailer confirms a
I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, I thought all the joy and excitement I had for Star Wars properties died, but this gave me a little bit of hope.
Something about Jedis with beards. I don't know. It's
Right? Obi-Wan was good this year. Jedi with a beard. Maybe that's the secret.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, come on. But March 17th, folks.
God, it's
I
right.
gotta finish the first one.
It's right around when Resident Evil's out, and I'm far more committed to Resident Evil. But I'm gonna play this. I may wait for a price drop, but I'm definitely playing it. Next up, Diablo 4 arrives in June. Basically it. Diablo 4, June 6th.
If you
June
pre-order,
6th.
you get early access to the open beta.
Yep.
And then in the fine print, it says that the open beta will be open for at least 2 days.
What?
So
Cool. I
2
mean,
days?
yeah, and if
at least 2 days.
And if you do so they have a bunch of different editions of it already up for pre-order. I'm gonna pull those up on the screen in a minute here. Give me a sec. Diablo 4 pre-purchase. So you get access to the game. So in the fancy editions, you get a special cosmetic set, a World of Warcraft mount, a Diablo 3 pet and wings, a light bearer mount, open beta early access, 4 days early to the release of the proper game. That's not gonna fuck up the economy, I bet. Temptation mount, Hellborn Carapace mount, premium seasonal battle pass unlock, and then if you get the big fancy edition for another $10, you get Wings of the Creator emote and an even faster battle pass, plus 20 tier skips and cosmetics. This seems fine. This isn't any.
I'm sure people that love Diablo are excited.
I love Diablo, so great, really cool. I love Diablo, but I'm not pre-ordering this. If I get into the beta, I get into the beta. But otherwise, nah, I can wait till the full release. I have plenty of shit to play. The game looks great. It looks like they're really sticking to what Diablo is, but yeah. Street Fighter 6 will be out June 2nd. Dude, the first half
That's so far away.
No, that is so close. The first half of next year is so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is out on May 26th, and it will be Kevin Conroy's last performance as Batman. R.I.P. Batman. They did a clip of the Mario movie. It looks fantastic. Can't wait. Um, so Tekken 8 had a trailer. Jin Kazama's mother, June Kazama, will be returning as a playable character after seemingly dying in Tekken 2. We also get a look at how combat will feel with new iterations of King, Paul, Lars, Martial Law, and Jack 8. Look good, and it's next gen only.
Yep.
That game looks very pretty. I'm looking forward to playing it and being like, oh, this game looks great, and the story's fucking dumb. I love it, but I hate playing this.
And then never playing it again.
Yep. Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores DLC is out exclusively for PS5. Arrives in April. It'll take Aloy to Los Angeles on April 19th. This is eh. You know,
Yep. It's about how I felt.
I don't ever want to go to Los Angeles, so that's not a selling point. Well. Crash Team Rumble is a new 4v4 multiplayer game coming in 2023. Spiritual successor to Crash Bash. Everybody. Warhammer Space Marine 2 gameplay revealed. The creator of Celeste, Jesus, did a trailer for a new game called Earthblade, and they confirmed it for 2024. I don't know. I barely finished Celeste, and I was kind of burnt out by the time I was done with it, so I kind of don't need more.
Really like Celeste. I think I'll keep an eye on it. I don't know if I'll get this, but I really like Celeste.
Yeah. Bayonetta Origins, the biggest blue balls of the evening.
Yeah, what a weird trailer.
Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demons is a new spin-off set in the franchise universe, and it'll be out in March. Hellboy is getting a stylish video game adaptation. It is going to be a roguelite action-adventure with an original story.
Definitely keeping my eyes out on that one, because
For sure.
Hellboy.
Yep. Crime Boss Rockay City announced with cast including Chuck Norris, Danny Trejo, and I had to reread this headline because I couldn't believe it. Vanilla fucking Ice.
I am just like, what in the actual shit? Okay, like, what the fuck?
It is a stealth action FPS that tasks players with becoming leaders of criminal underworld in a fictional version of 1990s Florida. Lords of the Fallen Lords of the Fallen first gameplay revealed for the Souls-like reboot. Last of Us Part 1 for Last of Us Part 1 for PC is coming out in March. That's cool, I guess. It's $60. Don't think it's worth it. Returnal is coming to PC early next year.
You didn't get a chance to play that game.
I have a PlayStation Premium membership. That's when I'm going to give it a look.
The game is so good.
I typically don't like roguelikes. The list of roguelites I have liked is like Hades and Rogue Legacy and kind of Slay the Spire.
Yeah. And those are all good roguelikes.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'll give
So
this
is Returnal.
My problem with it is I always get bored of them. Like I'm just like, okay, I literally feel like I've done the same shit for 10 hours and
Oh,
I've
right.
made no progress.
Yeah.
You know, like yeah. I don't know. If you did like a DMC one, that would get me fucking going. But after a heated battle, Genshin Impact wins player's voice. And the Baldur's Gate 3 gets a release window of August of this year. The Forspoken demo is now on PSN. Transformers is getting an online action game with no gameplay shown. Single player magic first person shooter with no gameplay called Immortals of Avium announced. Gearbox announces Remnant 2 for next year. Blue Protocol will be released in North America courtesy of Amazon Games. It is an anime-inspired MMORPG that is described as anime come to life that features 5 classes: Blade Warden, Twin Striker, Keen Strider, Spellweaver, and Foe Breaker. That thing looked cool, but what I said during the show was like, I don't have time for a whole bunch of games as a service these days, so
Right.
you know,
I hope it does well, but it not for me.
like I'll play it because I like the genre, but I don't know if I can commit to it in a real way. And that's the problem. Surreal platformer After Us was announced. This was a game that during the show I said, man, if I was still in my games or art hippie critic phase, I would have loved this. But oh fuck, they did really they showed a lot at this. They really did. Sorry for the loud noise, everyone. Boot up a trailer. Replaced that new futuristic cyberpunk that was like set in an alternative 1980s America that takes players to a trailer park and whatnot. That looked really cool. That was a really good showcase. Vampire Survivors is now on phones.
And is getting DLC.
Yeah, Valiant Hearts is now on phones. Dead Cells gets Castlevania DLC to the second biggest blue balling of the entire fucking show. God, I've never been so upset by a trailer.
Dead Cells is so good though.
I don't. It has that roguelite problem, bro. Of just like
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Big problem. Like I'm just so like I get like 5-10 hours into these games and then just like fucking I'm just like I'm bored. Oh, I feel like nothing happened. Wild Hearts got a gameplay trailer. Call of Duty is getting co-op raids.
Yes, yeah, they announced that a while ago.
Fire Emblem is getting DLC. Dune is getting an Awakening and got an in-game trailer. Destiny Lightfall got a big ass trailer. Among Us is getting a hide and seek thing. And then they showed off Horizon VR, and it looked just god awful. So, and that was that. Oh, and then hey guys, Elden Ring won Game of the Year. Shocking nobody.
Good.
I haven't played enough, but I've watched a lot of Aaron play it, and it does seem like it definitely seems like the most innovative game of the year from a gameplay perspective. Just by looking at it, is it going to be my favorite to play? No, that's probably going to end up being God of War at the end of stuff. I got a couple more things I need to play, but like I've been slowly chipping away at my game of the year list. You know, we got our top 10 list in a little under a month, where everyone on the podcast says their top 10 games of the year. I think Fantasy Critic actually might be done. For those of you that don't know, we do a thing called Fantasy Critic, where where what we do is we like pick games, like kind of like a fantasy football draft, and see how they're gonna do on Metacritic. I
know my list is done for the year.
Yeah, yours is done. I think I picked up something.
Mine is done.
I think I picked up something last second as like a Hail Mary. I totally forgot I picked up Plague Tale. Man, I got a negative point from Gotham Knights. All right, yeah, it looks like we're done. So the final standings in dead last with 3 delays and a -7 from Saints Row and no pickups through the year. 36 with only good games. In third place we have Wishful Thinking Games with a 105. No negative points like me and Aaron. A lot of eights. Then Jesse rocking a 108. Probably could have got more if Pokemon didn't review like trash. And
Didn't pick Hollow Knight.
Yeah, those, and then Callisto Protocol also got you nothing.
Yes.
Then I'm in first with 142. Because I took no risks. I took next to no risks beyond Gotham Knights and Destiny should not have paid off as well as it did. Like a Destiny expansion getting an 88, like dude, no way. I would not have bet that. But I was, I got -1 from Gotham Knights. I picked up Warhammer and Plague Tale throughout the year. I mean, like the thing is just you only have one game you can drop to pick up, or two, no, just one to pick up something before the end of the year. So yeah, it's done.
What's coming out? Let's take a look.
Yeah, what's coming out?
What's coming out in the next 2 weeks?
Yep. So I am the champion, which means.
Oh, you know what? I can pick up Crisis Core. Get fucked.
I think it's out. I think
it comes out Tuesday.
Oh my god, you can't pick it up. I don't think it would have to get. It would have to get like a 95. Yeah. All right, Crisis Core, gonna bring it home, baby, with the 95. That's awesome. All right, man. So Fantasy Critic is done. That means next year's draft, Aaron is picking number 1 for sure. Oof, man. Aaron had such a rough year looking at this, man.
He did.
Yeah. God, that Elden Ring pick.
Yeah, that was like.
To be fair, Jesse's God of War pick was also pretty good. It's just that anything that you get that's above a 90 gets absurd extra value.
Yeah.
Yeah, which those were the two that scored above a 90. So we had very big built-in advantage. God, I can't believe how badly Pokemon bombed. That was a yeah. Alright, well, anyway, hey guys, we're gonna talk about what we've been playing and then call it a day, because I want to go take a nap, because I slept like shit last night. So, hey, Jesse, what you been playing?
Not a lot. I've been stuck at work, like, late most nights. So, I finished Callisto Protocol.
I've heard really bad things about that game.
It's not terrible, but it's not good.
Yeah, I heard it's really short, too.
Yeah, it probably took me like 10 hours.
That's what my boss said.
Yeah.
He said it took him like 10 hours.
For
a second, it sounded like you said 2 hours, and I was like, fuck, they're charging $60 for this?
Yeah, if it was 2 hours, I can get that platinum. I have one trophy left, and I've got to beat it on the hardest setting, but that means I got to go back and play through it again, and I don't know that I have that in me.
No.
That nearly just made me do a spit take.
Yeah, it's not like... It's an okay game. It's not terribly scary. I jumped at 2 points, and they were both jump scares.
But that's it.
The story wasn't all that great. I think the performances in the game were pretty good. The sound atmosphere was pretty good. The gameplay sucks. The gunplay sucks. It was not a great game. Would not buy.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Final Fantasy. I got 2 more games. Final Fantasy 14. We cleared P success last night for the first time. Last poll of the night. We killed it.
We had a lot of activity of that in the Discord this week. Jerica got her P8. You got your P6. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, we killed it last poll of the night with half a second left on the enrage timer.
Very nice.
So it was very, very close. But it was good. It's a fun fight. I like that fight a lot more than P5S. And then in Final Fantasy 14, my evoker hit 70, but I am still at the beginning of the Azure steps.
Hey, we got a comment from the Black Catter. Hello.
Got a way to go.
We got through all the news. We're talking about what we've been playing. But you mean in WoW, by the way? You said
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it for me.
All right. So in WoW, so this week I played some Hades because I got the itch after seeing the trailer for the second one. and then the rest of the time was spent on WoW. I geared up, got into Mythics. I have had the literal. So let me tell you, I have found a way to kind of game the system with Mythics, with gearing. Get into a group with a bunch of other plate wearers, if you wear plate, or cloth if you wear cloth, whatever it is. And if they're more geared than you, you can get their gear.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
That's the way to go.
so I have gotten 7 pieces of gear in 6 mythics, and then I put in a work order for one like 382 piece. So now I need to run 2 more mythics for my world tour to be done. But yeah, so like ideally this upcoming week for Mythic Plus and raids, like I should have by the time raids come around next Sunday when I want to raid, I should have almost a full epic set, if not a full epic set.
Nice.
So, and I'm currently item level 365. My dragon is almost maxed out. I only need 4 more glyphs. I
Nice.
still need to farm a shit ton of reputation because I want a black and a red dragon.
Oof.
Yeah.
I got the whole. So I really like the dragon you get from the Azure Span. That's probably my favorite one. The Highland Drake, I think it's called.
Is it the
And
blue?
yeah, it's the blue one. And then that thing, I love the look of it, but I want it to be red or black. So the only reputation I've been bothering with is Rathian or the Expedition. That's literally it.
Right. Right.
So I've been doing that and gearing, and like I've just been having such a fun time. Like the side quests are super fun, and they award and like with the exception of like gear, nothing gives your character power. Like it's literally just gear.
Oh, that is nice. Yeah.
Like it's gear and then gems and enchants. And we are literally going back to like Wrath / TBC. Like there's no attunements. Like there are some story quest line stuff, but it's like finish the story campaign and cool, start gearing. You know, and like once you're geared enough to hit whatever goal you want, it's like yeah, dude, just go out into the world and do stuff to earn cosmetics or achievements. And it's awesome. It's great. They did a great job with that. I just love when there's like community events going on. Like the you'll get to this when you're in endgame. Like there's that Tuskar feast that you participate in, or like you'll be doing like yesterday I was in a group with 4 random strangers for 2 hours while Stella was doing D&D, just killing stuff at the Obsidian Citadel to get Obsidian keys to farm rep with Rathion. And then occasionally we'd run into another party and they'd help us kill shit. And it would just be 10 of us rolling as a squad doing shit, like just murdering everything like a buzzsaw. And then every now and then an event happens where a rare will spawn and then literally everyone in the zone flocks to it and clubs it to death like a baby seal. And it's just like it's not super engaging, but like it is. But there's like this sense of camaraderie and fun with it. It's kind of like it almost feels like a Final Fantasy Hunt Train a little bit, but a little different. A little more consistent, I guess I would say. So yeah, and the thing is if you're just the type of person who wants to come in, raid, and then log off, or run your keys and then log off, you totally can. Easily. Like like if I wanted to, I get my 2 other mythics done for the week, and then like I'm done until until Tuesday. And I love that. It's fantastic. They're going back to the stuff where like cosmetics matter because I want my dragon to look awesome. Yeah.
Have you done anything with professions yet?
So I'm a gatherer on every character except my mage. My mage is a tailor, and he is not leveled because he is going through the game with Stella. So he is
Gotcha.
so he's at a. But I fucked around with gathering professions, and like they have their own talent trees now, and you
Yeah,
can
they have their own like builds and specializations and stuff.
yeah, and I kind of just did the thing where it's just like, well, I just want more raw materials to sell,
Yeah.
so You
Yeah.
know, like that's where I'm at with that. So, yeah, but that was a blast, man. I'm not gonna say World of Warcraft save, but this is probably the best opener to an expansion they've had since Legion. Maybe even since MoP. So, yeah. Like, I had a blast leveling. The leveling experience was super fun. Like, it was quick and easy, and all 4 zones had, like, engaging enough story. The side quests are really great, like the one you do in the Waking Shore with the ecologist.
Yes.
The one that'll make you cry your eyes out where you listen to that dwarf tell that story.
Yep.
The other one that'll make you cry your eyes out at the bar with the old orc. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
There's a lot of good content.
yeah. That like the side quests in this are so fucking good. Like normally, Lore Master feels like a chore. Sometimes there's some good side quests, but like if you have to do 8 zones or 8 storylines to get Lore Master, in the past, like 6 of them would be shit. This time, like all of them felt really good. Some of them were really short. Like there's this one that you in the last zone where you go to a spa and rescue it from a primalist attack. And it's like super short, but it's like really funny and like one of them is like you kill all these primalists, but their guts exploded everywhere and you have to go clean it up. And
Jeez.
then you go back to the spa manager and he's like, I don't want to know. You need to go clean up though. What I assume are primalist organs all over you. Just go take care of that.
Primalist pieces.
Yeah, like it's really funny. Like it's really like, and that's another thing. The side quests are really good. Like there's some heartwarming ones. There's some sad ones. There's funny ones. I helped 2 gay centaurs get married. That was cool. Yeah,
Aww.
that was neat. Right now I'm working on one where I'm like teaching this worthless dog to be useful to the centaur tribe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, like it's yeah, and then the ending of the main story, dude. If you like Bronze Dragon bullshit, it's some good Bronze Dragon timey-wimey bullshit. So, yeah, it's so good, and I'm like it's not like in Shadowlands, for example, where I just like I looked at fucking conduits and then Torghast after doing Torghast like twice, and like I looked at all these different systems and whatnot. I was like, there's a lot of chores. There's a lot of shitty chores that make me not want to play the game, versus versus this game where it doesn't feel like chores at all. Like it feels just like a fun video game. Like sometimes I'll literally just log on and fucking fly around on my dragon because it's so much fun. Like especially once you have it like mostly or fully upgraded with the 6 vigors, and you can just keep going for almost ever.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that leaves M, because that was Dragonfly. It's great so far.
For what I've been playing, I actually dipped my toes into Sky.
Oh yeah, that was free, and they talked about that at the Game Awards. I was like, I didn't even know this existed.
It was originally a mobile game that came out like
3 years ago?
2019.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
is what it was.
yeah. We talked about that during the awards. I'm like, I didn't even know this came out. I didn't even know the Journey people made a game after Journey. So,
Yeah, it's really pretty.
yes, it is.
Like, oh my god, it's really pretty.
What
I started tearing up a couple times during
what
the game because it's so like.
so what is the gimmick of that thing? Because Journey, it was like you go through this literal journey and like you find people and occasionally you're with them. Sometimes they drop off. Sometimes they're with you. You can't actually voice chat. You have to ping. Flower, it was like a journey through nature as the wind. Like what's the gimmick here?
You fly.
You fly.
Like, you can use birds and clouds to help your flight to the next area.
Hmm.
sort of thing. And yeah, you have wings like early on, and you as you go through and progress and free the spirits and all this stuff, that flight gets like stronger and stronger. Like mine is I think level 7,
Mm-hmm.
and my next upgrade is at 10.
Okay.
Shows you how much I've been playing of that shit.
Hair.
But you could do also customizations with how your hair looks and your outfit and your wings and all this stuff. And you get, and there's these talent trees with each thing. You get like, you'll get a reaction from the spirits, and after a certain point, they'll give you option to upgrade it, like to make it like a little more prominent, I guess. But it's really fun. I've also been playing Dreamlight Valley, especially after the update that they just had on Tuesday.
Okay.
What they had?
They did. You can turn the lampposts in the plaza on and off. It doesn't go automatically. You have the option to turn them on and off yourself, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
Buzz and Woody from Toy Story.
Okay.
Nice.
Like when you get them to your village, Buzz has a trailer, like camping trailer and all that. Woody has a carousel from Toy Story 4. Little rundown, but it's pretty cool. And Stitch is on my island. His is really interesting too, because you'll trigger a quest when you find Donald's sock.
Okay.
And it's covered in like this, like in his saliva.
Donald.
Yeah.
Donald.
Gross.
Saliva.
No, it's Stitch saliva.
Ah, okay. Ew.
And Donald keeps going on and on about how they're sock stealing aliens.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty
that is
good.
pretty good.
That's pretty solid. I like that.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you wait a few days to get the next one, which is what was it? It was Goofy was the next one. It was like orange mostly on the sock with like green on the top, kind of like how Goofy looks and all that. And then you wait a few more days after that to find a knitted sock, which is Merlin's. And that's when you get Stitch.
Huh.
And it's he crash lands on the island down near the beach, and it's pretty great.
Does it leave a crater?
No, but his ship is stuck in the sand.
Okay, all right.
Like it's like
I'll take it.
it's like
I'll
big,
take
and
that. Yeah.
there's sand all over the place.
Okay.
It's good. So yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Nice.
Oh. Well. All right. Well. Cool. That's it, everyone. Quick show this week. Aaron's not here. I just had a very rough week and on the back half there, shit sleep. So next week we'll be back with our normal stuff. We got Halo on Monday at 7. We have ranking the MCU, the end of Phase 4. Hopefully Tuesday. Hopefully Eric's not sick or Derek's not sick. I'm not tired. Stuff like that. Hopefully that finally happens and we can review Black Panther 2. It's been a month, and Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Anyway, we'll be back then. Follow us on Twitter. Go to our Discord. It's cool, nice people. Who like to talk about video games, comics, anime, sports, pets, not
all
safe
sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good timing. Good timing.
Yeah.
It's like we planned it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, keep going. You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, not safe for work stuff. All right. Anyway, we love you guys. We'll be back next week. Bye.
Yeah.